Hello and a warm welcome to another edition of To The Point. On the show this week, a personality who's championed the women's rights and democracy. I welcome Governor of Manipur, Najma Heptullah. Welcome, ma'am, on To The Point. Triple Talaq is really hotting up in the country at the moment. Supreme Court is on with its hearing. But I'd like to understand from you that even after more than 3 decades of the Shah Banu case and all the controversy which we saw between the secular laws and the personal laws, are we going to see a beginning as far as the Uniform Civil Code is concerned in the country?
The moment you talk about Uniform Civil Code, you lose your battle. Okay. It should be a civilized code of conduct. And when you talk about civilized code of conduct, the right of women are enshrined in Quran, which is the most civilized way of treating a woman, not only as a wife, but as a daughter and as a mother and as the woman herself. If you want this battle to win against those people who do not want a change, then we will have to change our language also. The thing is, the triple talaq, which they are discussing in the Supreme Court, I'm very happy that Supreme Court is finally doing it. You did mention about Shah Banu. Yes, I've been involved since that time on this issue and much before that. When Shah Banu's case appeared and there was a lot of controversies going on, I naturally was supporting the right of women because I have supported the right of women not nationally, bilaterally, unilaterally, internationally, nationally. The right of women, and especially the right of women in India and in my own community, because I'm born in a Muslim family and a family which made me to read the understand Quran.
But when Shah Banu case happened, it was Rajiv Gandhi who was the Prime Minister at that time, and his own cabinet people, I mean the former minister Arif Muhammad, he time and again, you know, in his interviews to the newspapers, to the television channels, has been saying that, you know, at that time when you were with Congress, it was you who arranged the meeting of the Muslim Personal Law Board with the Prime Minister, and that is why, you know, it led to an upturning of the Supreme Court.
He is not fully informed. I did not arrange any meeting. Rajiv Gandhi asked me to meet them. See, the whole thing is, I want to put it in correct perspective. I was the single woman who was president when he met the Muslim Personal Law Board. I didn't arrange the meeting, they went directly to it. I was not Rajiv Gandhi's assistant or secretary. I was the independent deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha. But I was a prominent Muslim woman even at that time. And Rajiv Gandhi invited me to that meeting, which happened in his office. And in that meeting, I took the issue of women, about their rights, about meher, which is money a man promises to the wife at the time of marriage contract. Because I told Rajiv Gandhi, in Islam, marriage is a contract between two people. It is not a sacrament. And that is the reason why a man promises a woman certain amount of money according to his status, not according to whatever useless argument those people were giving. So, when I put my view, then those people told Rajiv Gandhi, I don't know what they said, not in my presence, but Rajiv Gandhi had some difficulty, which he didn't discuss with me.
But what Arif Muhammad means to say is that you threw your weight with the Muslim Personal Law Board rather than championing the women's rights.
Arif Muhammad Khan doesn't know because he never discussed it with me. Arif Muhammad Khan independently took a very correct stand, which I am appreciating, that as a man he took it and he was in the cabinet. I was deputy chairman, I could not stand in the house and make my statement. So he doesn't know what was my views. It was Rajiv ji who asked me to meet the Muslim Personal Law Board because they were making certain promises. Arif Muhammad Khan was not even present when we had a meeting with the Prime Minister, invited me to his office when Muslim Personal Law Board met me. So he cannot unilaterally give any evidence about it. So that point is clear. Perhaps he doesn't know. I like him. I respect him very much for his views. I was asked by Rajiv Gandhi to meet this Muslim Personal Law Board at my residence, 4 Akbar Road. And at that meeting, I said I will meet only in the presence of Ashok Sen, who was the then law minister. And I told the Muslim Personal Law people that I don't approve of your way of translating what is enshrined in Quran, and I don't want to agree with you. They said, let the government not interfere into it. We on our own from the community itself bring changes over there. We will bring a Nikahnaama, which is model Nikahnaama. We are going to prescribe certain punishment for those who violate the Quranic law of talaq and meher also. These two things. It's not only talaq, I was talking about the meher. Today nobody is talking about the meher. And I said that this is the correct situation. If you agree to it, then I'm sitting and talking to you. They said we will do it, but they violated it, they didn't do it.
You are saying that it has no legal, it's not a legal entity,
no.
It has no legal powers. But
no.
It's acting as such a big pressure group, such a big influential group on the government,
yes.
that the governments of the day can just,
no.
Put the women's rights and gender justice throw out of the window.
No, this government of the day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said very clearly, this government of the day is going to put the correct perspective and the right of the women enshrined in the Constitution and in the Quran.
But when you say the Prime Minister is talking in this way, there are other elements in BJP, like Sadhvi Prachi, like Yogi Adityanath. They talk in a sense which reflects the message that probably it could be a beginning of a uniform civil code.
See, again you are bringing uniform civil code. There is nothing like uniform civil code. There can't be anything like uniform civil code. The thing is, who is the Prime Minister of the country? Narendra Modi, not Prachi or anybody else. People have their different view. Even Quran said, Lakum deenakum waliya deen. Your deen is with you and my deen is with me. So in a democracy, they can say whatever they like. But who is the authority? Who has got the authority to legislate an act? It's the parliament. Who is the one to translate it and to implement it? Is the courts, whether High Court or Supreme Court. And that's it. The Quran gave the right of a Muslim woman to own the property, to inherit property, to do business on its own, to make contracts of all types, even marriage contract. It is the woman and a man who make the marriage contract, and which is called Nikahnaama. And the marriage contract clearly, before 2-3 witnesses, writes that so and so place the marriage took place. This is the girl, this is her parent, that's the name of the boy, these are the parents. And this marriage, this contract is being drawn. Aqd-e-Nikah is being taken, and in presence of these witnesses against certain amount of meher, which should be paid immediately or can be paid later on as agreed.
What I'm saying is that why do the political parties throw their weight around the Muslim Personal Law Board if they have no legal sanctity?
No political party is throwing their weight in.
But ma'am, the reality of politics is that nobody wants to annoy the Muslim vote bank, and that is why they have to agree with what the Muslim Personal Law Board.
Nothing to do with Muslim vote bank. There are 100 million Muslim women. They are talking about on the TV, they were talking about some few crores of Muslim women whose signature they have taken. I'm talking about 100 million Muslim women in Turkey, in Iran, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in Egypt, in Tunisia, in Morocco, all the Arab countries, Jordan, all the Arab countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, they have abrogated this triple talaq.
But what is your view about the Bharati Muslim Mahila Andolan, which is demanding a ban on triple talaq? They are demanding a ban on polygamy, then nikah halala. All these three aspects are clubbed together in a petition which is there in the Supreme Court. How do you view them?
The Supreme Court has only, they are entertaining only the triple talaq matter, because other matters have to take in a different course, because you can't mix up the things properly.
But there are few people talking like you. You're a progressive person who's been into politics. You fought for women's rights as well. So you're explaining this side of a story. But how many Muslim women are doing it in the present times?
Hundreds of them, thousands.
Of course. But still you can count them on the fingers and say that, look, this, because now the movement has started. The movement has started, so now more and more women are coming up. But what I'm worried about is, and what I want to ask you about is, that cannot bodies like Muslim Personal Law Board, who they cannot have the realism and the dynamism to change their tone and tenor according to the 21st century? Can they not draft a law which gives gender justice, which talks about women equality as well?
Of course they can. Today when the movement has started, women are coming out, and the women in other countries have come out. Women, Muhammad Ali Bogra, he was the Prime Minister of Pakistan, President to Prime Minister of Pakistan. He got married second time, he took the second wife, he got married to his secretary. His wife, Hamida Bogra, she made the whole women's movement in Pakistan so live, so active, that they had to be, in 1952 or 55, they brought in ordinance and banned this triple talaq and getting married again. So if Pakistan do it, if Bangladesh can do it, if rest of the Muslim world do it, why they are sitting on it? It is because they want to keep their control in the community.
Okay, now taking you away from the triple talaq now, and talking to you about the role of governors, which recently people have said that, you know, the role of governor is becoming controversial. I will not give you various examples, but recently what we saw in Goa and in Manipur, like Congress became the single largest party, and opposition started saying that, you know, governor did not play the kind of role which was required at the moment. Now when it's almost like more than 2 months down the line, how would you look at that scenario? That did the governor really perform his or her duties?
Nobody made any allegation as far as Manipur is concerned. Yes, Congress party had 28 and the BJP had 21. But BJP was smarter, the party, and they collected the support of other political groups and parties and independents, and they came and put their claim, and I accepted it. If Congress had come before them, I would have accepted that. But more than Congress, it was BJP who was more active.
For the last 3-4 years, we've seen that opposition always, you know, raises questions like governor's post is supposed to be a very apolitical post. It's a constitutional post. But people have started saying that, you know, the post of the governor, they have almost become like agents of the center. And with the frequent transfers, a whole lot of questions are being raised. You are in that post. How do you really feel that has the post really denigrated to a certain level? Why is opposition speaking in that line?
Nobody is saying about me.
Of course not. Of course not.
Not even the former Chief Minister of Manipur is making these allegations. Because what I'm doing, even when he was there, what I was doing to help him in keeping the Manipur clean, in trying to find opportunities for jobs for the youth. I was trying for education of women and men. I was trying to organize women for skill development. How can my post is controversial? Actually, it is positive. Every governor should do it. After all, we are paid. We are not retired people that we have gone to a big place, comfortable house, lot of servants, lot of facilities to just live and comfortably spend our retirement age. I'm not retired. I'm still in public life.
Another serious issue which we saw recently was that on the World Press Freedom Index, India has come down abysmally. It is around 133 out of 180 countries. It ranks at 133. And there is a perception that, media is trying, people or the government of the day is trying to control the media.
I don't think so. We have the very free press. In fact, too much freedom is given. And not only press, today we have got social media. It just writes whatever they like and there is no control over them. The media should be responsible and correct reporting should be there, not incorrect reporting.
There is a certain section in the society with the so-called secular lobby of the country. They say that minorities are living in fear because of an aggressive agenda, Hindutva agenda by the RSS. Would you agree with this view?
I don't agree with it. You see, when I became the minister 2.5, 3 years almost ago, and how much hostility was against the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government and RSS and BJP. The award Vapsi and all that nonsense was going on. What happened? Within 3 months, everything died down. Because the program which I organized, like program Ustad, upgradation of skill and training of traditional arts and craft, Manas, Maulana Azad National Academy for Skill, different program I organized for the Madrasa children, for training program, Nai Manzil, Nai Roshni, so many programs I designed that by the time in 2 years I left, the Prime Minister himself told me, nobody is talking about the award Vapsi. Everything settled down because people were fed that kind of thing by the opposition, that if Narendra Modi comes, they made Narendra Modi and the BJP and RSS as a line that it will come and eat everybody up. It didn't happen. He came and he talked about inclusive development, sabka saath, sabka vikas.
But you don't feel that RSS at the moment is acting like an extra constitutional authority, because the various outfits of RSS, they are taking law and order into their own hands and they are unleashing some kind of a terror on Dalits and the tribals in the name of nationalism.
Somewhere, sometime, don't put the word RSS because they have denounced them. Even the Prime Minister has denounced those cow vigilantes and all that, those who just beat. There are personal animosities which take out in this form. Many a time we have seen in the communal rights also, they wanted to keep their personal score balanced, so they used to use that opportunity to take their revenge.
But why is it difficult to control these fringe elements?
But they are now. The government has booked many places. These people have been booked for going out of the way. Today I was shocked when I saw on the television that a man whose brother was a shaheed during the attack on Pathankot attack of Pakistan, and his brother wanted to go abroad. He gave 9 lakhs of rupees to some travel agent to find a job for him. And when he didn't do it, he went to ask for his money, and the man returned only 4 lakhs and rest he didn't. When he asked for his money, they started beating. Now this is the respect of our army shaheeds and our army people. I know in Manipur in what difficult situation our armed forces and other paramilitary forces are working over there. You don't know where there is a landmine. You don't know when ambush will take place. And we should respect, what I'm doing now? There was one Manipuri person who was the commander-in-chief of the command when we had the Kargil war. His name is Mr. Himalaya. It's nice, so symbolic, Himalaya. I have just appointed him the chairman of the Public Service Commission, Manipur Public Service Commission. I talked to him about it. I said, I would like to keep your lecture for our students to learn how much Army's role is in protecting our borders, in what circumstances our soldiers live over there at the border. The fear of getting died. every day we see on the television that at the Kashmir border and Poonch and Rajouri, how they are being attacked. I have been to all those places. I've been to Nubra Valley. I've been to Kargil. I've been to Rajouri and Poonch area. I was just could see the Pakistani forces there. We were really under their range. They could have fired at us.
But I'm talking about the Kashmir unrest because you've just mentioned Rajouri and Poonch yourself. Why is it that Kashmir looks like a lost battle for BJP? Because people are seeking political answers now to the problem in Kashmir.
It is not a lost battle. It is a one battle. There is an elected government over there. Only two areas, which are Shopian and sometime Baramulla area, they have got these troubles over there. Otherwise, Kashmir is fine.
Because
and
never
today,
we saw small children and college girls coming out on the street like this. What is this indication?
This is no indication. They are misguided people. And that is the reason why once they understand the whole situation, they'll come round like the rest of the Kashmir. You can remember how Kashmir went into all this. If I start talking about Kashmir, I'll take 1 hour to explain to you what blunder we made in 1986.
We'll keep
because
that.
I was in charge of Kashmir, and I know. Someday I will tell that
Definitely.
story.
We'll keep that
also
for some other day. But ma'am, what I would want to understand from you is that Modi government is going to complete its 3 years now, just in a few days from now. Obviously, the perception battle has been won largely by BJP. It's a fact that there is no other leader which matches up to the charisma of Narendra Modi. It's a fact which the opposition has also accepted it in a way.
Yeah.
And they have lost out the narrative, how to counter, bring up an effective counter to the BJP. But when they bring up logical questions like Modi government had promised that they will bring 2.5 crore jobs to the people, youths are still struggling for jobs. Then farmers, the agrarian crisis still has not lessened. So how would you look at these issues on the ground?
You see, the backlog of so many years takes time. Like in Manipur, it's not only the backlog of 15 years of Ibubi government, but the backlog of many more years. So it will take some time. But if the process of development is, the road to development is correctly chosen, and the vehicles to deliver the right programs to implement it properly, then I think we are on the road to development. It takes time. I'm not saying it can't happen. Nobody has got a magic wand to say things will happen. It takes time. Have patience, things will change. Today, what Narendra Modi ji is thinking, it's inclusive development, bringing everybody together, men, women, different minorities, everything. In fact, if I put it in the correct perspective, because I'm a constitutional position, and I have been protecting the constitution as a deputy chairman in the parliament, what our preamble says, there are no discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, religion, and gender. So Narendra Modi's Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, it translated into the preamble, the commitment of our constitution, and the directive principles of the constitution. I think for the first time, this kind of program have been done, and the entire government of Narendra Modi, because I was there for 2 years, everybody is thinking about implementation of the program for development in the correct. Everybody is not working against each other. I had seen ministries a loggerhead. The environment ministry and the forest ministry are fighting against each other. Here it is not. Everybody is working together to bring prosperity with peace.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you, Najma ji. So that's it on this episode of To The Point. See you next time with another personality. Goodbye and thanks for watching.